Okay, we're going to go over the Skil Ratchet 1/4-inch drive. I use a 3/8 adapter on this. It's not for high torque applications. It's actually just to allow you to get into tight spots and get the job done a little quicker. So let's go ahead and go over the specs on this thing, if I can get them to come up here. And here they are. So bear with me. So take a look at what this is. So this is a F012237 200 7.2 volt 1/4-inch drive, rechargeable lithium ion ratchet, made by Bosch, marketed by Skil. So what happened is my batteries were not quite putting out the power I wanted them to. These are the batteries that are in them. These are LG CH1 18650. So here's some information I wrote down here. So high current 10C was the best that I could find on the internet. That was a guesstimate from somebody. Don't mind these notes. We were looking at some other stuff, so that don't count. Ignore this 10.8 volt stuff. Okay, so these are this ratchet runs at 7.2 volts, so we're at 3.6 volts on these batteries a piece. So 3.6 times 2 gives you 7.2 volts combined. And these are not button top as far as I can tell. I haven't really taken these off. I took a peek under here, but let's see if we can take a little bit of a gander in here and see what we can see. Kind of hard to see in there, but you can see. So I can tell you that this thing has been through a lot. It's been sat for 5 years without ever being charged, and then charged right up, ran fine. I always keep it on the charger. That's me, and I've had it for 15 years and never gave me a problem until now. Of course, I would expect it to, and it's been used a lot. So the way these work is you're going to have a sun gear on your motor assembly over here. So if you look, I'll explain how to take it apart in a minute. So you have a little sun gear inside here. See that? And then you have these 3 planetary gears, and they sit on this assembly here on these pins. Okay, and then that drives the ratchet head. Pretty cool little design. You know, I'm kind of impressed how torquey it is. I mean, for what it is, you know, you're not going to be torquing down anything serious. It gets nuts down fairly tight, and then you can go in with your wrench and finish torquing them down or whatever you're going to use. But this is a great tool. I love this thing. That's why I'm working on it. Normally, I just stuff that was kind of junky like this that I do buy, and when it quits working, I just throw it away and I never buy it again. This thing I would buy again if I can't fix this. I will find another used one and get another one. But that's me. So much I really enjoy this product. They don't make this kind of stuff anymore. It's just the stuff they make nowadays. It just don't hold up. So okay, so getting this thing apart, try and explain this and do the one-handed explanation and try not to make you dizzy. So the way this goes is this collar slides over the body assembly, which is your 2 pieces, okay? See? And then your internals will be, of course, inside there, and then what will be exposed would be like that, right? So then what happens is the ratchet head screws into these threads, okay? And then this is flush to the threads right here, if I remember correctly. And to get this apart, you have to remove the ratchet head. Okay, you can see where you can get a wrench on here. Okay, now you don't want to grab the head itself here because this will turn. Okay, you have to grab right here. So what I did is I put mine in a vise and then carefully turned the body, and then that loosened her up because this was on here and it loosened it up off of there. So however you want to do it without marring up your head, that's how it comes off. So this collar unscrews from this threaded side here. Okay, and then that is pinched, or this is slid over that, and then this pinched two-piece to the body is pinched together and holds the guts and internals inside. So don't lose your gears. And there's a spring on the button that'll, when you take this apart, that'll be a little bit of a pain. Okay, so you get the head off. Okay, remove the head. Don't lose your gears. Okay, and separate that. And then to access that further, because this will slide out while you're removing that head assembly. Okay, you're going to have two little Torx, very small Torx. Now let me see if I can figure out what these were, what this is. T7. So T7, according to my mini bit set here. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus. Can't see it. Anyway, T7 on each side of the housing here, and that will allow you to remove this assembly. Okay, see the holes? Okay, so you take them T7s out, and then you can separate the two sides of the body from that. Okay, which will give you access to the rest of it here. There's two connectors inside here. If you look, there's two contacts here for the batteries, and then you have your two connectors. Let's see how they would line up. Okay, and you just disconnect those. Be careful, you don't want to short it out, right? You don't want to touch your needle nose or whatever you're using to do this. You don't want to short it out. Okay, damage the circuit board. So hopefully that helps somebody out. It's fairly easy. I've seen people prying the back of these off and popping them open and straining the housing here to get at the battery, which you don't want to do. So hopefully I've covered everything there that I wanted to cover on this. Oh, replacement batteries. So I just ordered some Samsung. Now, I'm just going by what I learned on the internet. You know how that goes. So good replacement batteries from what I can tell. We'll see. They're $20 for two. Was a Samsung INR 18650 30Q high discharge flat top. So I ordered those. As soon as those come in, I'll desolder these connectors and resolder them to the new batteries and try it out. If that doesn't work, I'll add a comment to this post, in the posts to this video, saying that this battery, Samsung battery, is not working. But if I don't put a comment in the post on the video, then it worked fine. So no warnings for the highlighted post. We're good to go. And there it is. So if you can get your hands on one of these, I'd highly recommend getting one. Nice little unit. And otherwise it worked great. You know, it was still working. It was still giving me a little bit of service, but it just wasn't lasting. So there you have it. All right. You got any questions, post them in the comments. I'll see if I can answer them for you. But pretty easy to take apart. So, all right, over and out.